Hi, I'm Davina, and I'm healing from complex post-traumatic stress disorder and narcissistic abuse. And today I would like to talk about speaking your truth. And this is something that's obviously very difficult for survivors of complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Because our truth has been denied, dismissed, swept under the rug or whatever. So we weren't, as children, we weren't taught to listen to ourselves, to understand how we were feeling, to be honest about our feelings, to express ourselves honestly and openly. None of these things were allowed in our families. So what happens is we learn to basically lie to ourselves and become a fake version of ourselves. I guess that doesn't bother me. I don't know, or someone tells you, don't worry. So like, okay, I guess I'm not worried, right? Even though you are, right? See, this is the way we start, kind of lying to ourselves and start gaslighting ourselves. And, well, that didn't, I guess that wasn't such a big deal. And, I guess I shouldn't be so sensitive about things. And, maybe I'm just making a big deal out of nothing. All those the ways that we dismiss and minimize our own truth. And so coming out of that and starting to be honest with ourselves, starting to acknowledge our feelings, validate our feelings, be honest about what we are experiencing in our everyday lives, in all of our interactions with other people. What's really going on with us? Like, how are we really feeling? And that takes time. Because we've been so conditioned out of that very natural process. I'm a nanny, and I take care of a wonderful, beautiful little 2.5-year-old. And I've learned so much from toddlers. I've been taking care of toddlers for the past 4 years now, and wow, I mean, they have no problem speaking their truth. They're like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't like that. I want that toy, not that one. And no, I want my purple pants. I don't want the red pants. So they are they're vocal, they're honest. They know how to say no very easily. They have no sense of what's proper or polite or anything. It's been very inspiring for me. And so I think, it's so important to get in touch with ourselves. And the first step to doing that is really doing some deep listening to ourselves, to our inner true self. And the only way I've found to do that is through being quiet with myself daily, like 2-3 times a day, having times where I'm just sitting, being with myself, being in my body, listening to what's coming up. Also meditating is so huge, so important, to learn to get in touch with that inner wisdom and our truth, and whatever you want to call it, God, intuition, all those things. And yoga nidra has really been absolutely transformative. It's a kind of body scan, and I highly, highly recommend it for getting into your body and getting a sense of because that's where our emotions are. They're in our bodies. So that's when we get in touch with our body, then we can start going, oh, I'm feeling angry about that. Like, I didn't even realize I was feeling angry about that. But when you get in touch with your body, so much easier to feel feelings, to feel those big, difficult feelings, and just to really get in touch with yourself, with your true self. So that's the first step, is the deep, deep listening. And it just takes time and patience. And I think stillness is a huge thing. Silence and stillness, just a lot of just like when I get really still in my body, then I can notice, things arise, what's arising for me. Number 2 is validating your anger and knowing that it's okay to be angry. As I was mentioning, I think so many of us have been conditioned out of feeling any kind of feeling annoyed or irritated or frustrated, angry, enraged, furious, all those things we've been conditioned out of because we weren't allowed to protest our parents' just say poor parenting skills and behaviors. So instead we were shamed for that, right? And blamed for their own shortcomings. And so it's really important to be able to validate your anger, just like those little toddlers who have no problem like just screaming. Like when I see her scream, she clenches her fists and she gets, her eyes pop out and she's like, ah! Something like that. Like she just lets it rip, no holds barred, she just lets it out, or she's kicking her feet or whatever she's doing, letting it out through her body, through her voice. And that's what we need. We need to get to that place where we can let it rip, where we can really let that anger fly and let it flow through us instead of like restricting it and denying it and having that resistance to it. And it's very difficult also to get there because again, it seems so wrong. Like we've been taught that, that those kind of feelings are wrong or bad or, just not appropriate. We're supposed to be just smiley and cheerful all the time. And so it's really so important in the healing process to allow ourselves to have those angry feelings and to experience those angry feelings. And to find ways to let it out, whether that's, going for a jog or dancing to some heavy metal music or whatever works for you. For me, it's like sometimes I'm slamming my spatula or I'm screaming in the elevator, or I'm just like yelling, like growling in the shower, just, ah, get your inner pirate on and, go crazy, let it out. And it may come slowly. It probably will. You go, I think I'm a little bit annoyed by that. And then you'll realize, oh, wow, that's really pissing me off, So get that anger flowing. And number 3 is the speaking your truth, is to then do what you need to do in that whatever, maybe it was an interaction you had with someone. For me, for example, I had a counseling session yesterday, and for me, it just really, I realized when I woke up this morning, all these like now it just bubbles up so naturally. Oh, I'm needing this, and oh, I didn't like that, and I didn't like that, and so I'm realizing, things I like and things that work for me and things that I don't like and that don't work for me. It's becoming very, very clear. What I'm sometimes still struggling with is the speaking my truth, is to then vocalizing it and getting it out and letting the other person know in a very just, what, I didn't like this, or what, when you said this, I felt like this, or just saying very simply, I need blah, 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 I need more empathy, or I need more spaciousness in our conversation. So yeah, it's, and whatever way you feel comfortable, like in the beginning, it might be maybe more comfortable for you to be writing a text message or writing an email to someone to let them know how you're feeling. It might be very difficult to figure out, how do I express myself without blaming the other person? That can be very tricky in the beginning, because we still are in that sense of like, we want to blame the other person, like you're making me feel this way, you know. But really, the more healing we do, the more we can take ownership for that, for our own feelings, and say, just, you know what, this is what I need. If you can offer that, that's great. If you can't, then I'm going to find somebody else. Because, you know, for me anyway, I need to just keep on believing that there's going to be people out there that will be on the same page as me. And when someone's on the same page as you, I think it makes it pretty easy, right? Oh, you want spacious listening? Great, me too. Wow, cool. Oh, you like to have conversations with lots of empathy and understanding? Yay, right? Anyway, those I feel like are really the kind of the three steps, is the deep listening, which includes, you know, silence, stillness, meditating, yoga nidra, body scanning. Number 2, validating your feelings, validating your anger and letting it out, letting it go, letting it rip. And 3, speaking your truth, setting those boundaries, being really, really honest with yourself about what's going on for you, and letting other people know, this is what I need, and doing it unapologetically, like not feeling like you're too much or anything like that. Just, okay, this is what I need, right? Yeah, it doesn't have to be blamey, doesn't have to be shamey, can just be really taking ownership of you. And yeah, that's what I wanted to express today. And I hope that brings you some insight, some validation, some hope, or some healing. And I am Davina at Boldness Blooming, wishing you many, many blessings on this often painful and hard healing journey. Have a peaceful day.